Do you know why Giorgio wanted to become a gangster? Giorgio's father was Dio, but to Dio women were simply tools or food. The fact that Giorgio's mother wasn't killed by Dio 15 years ago has become one of Giorgio's unsolved mysteries. Although Giorgio's mother was very beautiful, she wasn't a good mother. After Giorgio was born, she lived in Japan for a while, but she would often abandon young Giorgio to go party at various nightclubs because she believed she shouldn't give up her freedom for a 2-year-old child. When he opened his eyes at night, his mother wasn't by his side. What terror and despair this must have been for a 2-year-old child. Crying was useless. Giorgio could only tremble when Giorgio was 4 years old. His mother got married. Her husband was an Italian man. So after that, Giorgio became Italian on the surface. He was very kind to Giorgio, but when they were alone together, he would mercilessly beat Giorgio because he hated how Giorgio would read people's faces. But when he made money and was in a good mood, he would give Giorgio some bread. The reason Giorgio developed this personality of reading people's expressions was because of this man. Naturally, Giorgio became a target for the local kids to take out their frustrations on. Because of his Japanese identity, he was bullied by other children, and the police didn't care about such things. Gradually, even Giorgio himself began to believe he was trash in this world. But then something happened that saved Giorgio's soul. One day on his way home from school, he discovered a severely injured man. Before he could think, a group of angry people came walking over. Obviously, they were the ones who had beaten the man nearly to death. They approached Giorgio and asked if he had seen an injured man. After hearing this, Giorgio told them the opposite direction. He wasn't afraid. He just felt that the man lying on the ground looked as lonely and isolated as himself. Luckily, the man's body was hidden by grass that had grown up around him. The pursuers didn't find him, and this was actually Giorgio's gold experience ability. But he himself didn't notice it because it was an unconscious action. About 2 months later, the man Giorgio had saved appeared before him, and he said he would never forget his kindness. Soon after, his father stopped hitting Giorgio. The attitude of the bad kids changed too. It turned out that man was a gangster, and he had a pretty good reputation. Even street vendors would give Giorgio double portions of ice cream out of respect for him. The man just quietly watched over Giorgio from a distance. But for a child who only knew how to read people's faces, this felt like being treated as a human being. It was a gesture full of respect. What should have been learned from parents? The natural act of trusting others. Giorgio learned from a man a few words. The man always maintained a strict attitude of never letting Giorgio get involved with the gangster world. Just then a child aimed at the man because he was the one who had killed his father. But the man calmly said, "Your old man was scum. He broke the rules of my territory and sold drugs indiscriminately, whether to women or children. So I killed him." Giorgio didn't think that man was scum at all. Strangely, the gangster who committed crimes and ignored the law had corrected Giorgio's heart in this city, where politicians were corrupt and police didn't protect the weak. Giorgio found a reason to live. He longed to become a gangster, and now Giorgio had finally set foot on the path to achieving his dream. He would take down the gangsters who sold drugs to women and children. He would become a gangster like Batman.